so we had a what was the show and tell discussing money, investments, and generational wealth. Yeah, Richard is a contractor, homeowner, and he had a little something to say about a little bit of everything. So here
Richard
you go.
means dick.
What?
My father's name is Richard. My father's name is Richard too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Really, like what the basis of what he was saying was that a lot of people are worrying about how they feel, right? Okay, I want to work in whatever the profession is because I feel like that's the best thing I want to do. It's going to make me happy. When the reality is the world is strong, the world is tough, and to make it in the world, you got to be tougher. So sometimes part of being tough is looking at your emotions saying, I want to do this so bad, right? Like, if we're talking about realistically, what if everybody want to do? Just chill, right? We just want to chill, maybe play some games, crack some jokes with our boys, but that makes no money.
Right.
That makes no money at all. So, even with the blue collar, and I'm sure you know how this feels too, right? Nobody wants to be blue collar. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to do construction. It sucks. You know what I mean? But we do it. Why? Because it's stable, you make a lot of money, and it is what it is. If you're always worrying about, okay, I feel like this, I feel like that, I want to do everything that makes me a passion. Like, one of the worst pieces of advice I've ever heard is go ahead and follow your passion. If you're like that, guys, your passion, what if your passion is making mannequins that nobody wants to buy, cut it out. You're making no money. You're going to be 30 years old, living in your mom's.
It's crazy how the brown-skinned man talks about blue collar as if he's not a product of it.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that question?
You are a product of blue collar, like my nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
Let me so
give some context.
Yeah, given that context, so I was on the panel, and I know we had what's the boy's name?
Messi. We had Mikey.
Mikey is like complete artist, but also he went a blue collar job.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to them and shout out to Rich for saying that. But like also too, that's an interesting thing to say because we're all artists and we all follow our passions, right? So then kind of like bah! You know, but there was some truth in what he was saying where some people like you should have like a backup. You should have like, you know, like a way to kind of like, you know, this is what you want to do, but also do what you like on the side. But some people do follow their passions and end up nowhere. You know
but
what I mean?
Like, here's the thing though. Sometimes when it comes to hustling and being creative, sometimes you have to be a professional problem solver. So if you're selling mannequins that's not selling, that's a problem. Yeah. So as a professional problem solver, what do? You solve that problem. You need to figure out a different way to sell your mannequins. Why aren't people selling my mannequins? That's a problem. Okay, the way I've been doing it's not working. So how about if I do it this way? How about I do it that way? What if I do it like da-da-da-da? What if I use social media? What if I da-da-da-da? What if I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to find a way. Even if you're entering a market that's oversaturated. Like, just because the market's oversaturated doesn't mean you can't be successful doing it. You just have to do it in a different way.
Yes.
Are you going to stand in line and wait to blow, or are you going to find a side door? So it's like, that's part of the hustle. That's part of the creativity.
Why tell somebody not to follow their dream? You really want somebody in a dead-ass job that they don't love and like they're miserable as fuck, but hey, it makes me lots of money. To a lot of people, having lots of money is not life. It's not rich. It's not wealth. Bob Marley said it the best when somebody asked him, do you think you're wealthy? He's like, well, what do you measure as wealth? He said, if you think having lots of money is wealth, then I'm not that wealthy. But if you're talking wealth as far as love, health, friendship, family, happiness, joy, the motherfucker's wealthy as shit. So a lot of people are fine having enough money to eat and get about. Not a lot of people feel the desire to have all these luxurious things.
I will say money can buy my happiness. I will say that.
That sounds like an advertisement. She's trying to let somebody know.
No, that's not even anyone else's responsibility, to be honest.
I hear that.
But yes, I'm just saying that. Okay. Universe heard that. Thank you.
No, I think going back to what Shay was saying too, like I agree, but I think there's a happy medium in between both ideas. You don't want to be too head in the clouds, You want to have that just enough and be based in reality just enough. You know what I mean? Because mental health is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to go home, go to work every day, sit in that office job or do what we got to do, breaking our back, and then feel like, hey, this is life. You know what I mean? Like, for some people, artistry is not about financial gain. Artistry is about, hey, this makes me feel alive. This is expressive.